Hello and good evening to the Successful Salon Club. How are we doing? It's week 1 done. How are we feeling? Hopefully you are all okay. As you can see, I haven't even left the salon yet, and I'm guessing most of you will be catching this on the replay later on because you will still be at the salon too. Hi Mandy, let me know where you are. Are you still there overlooking that beautiful river that you overlook in your salon? Mandy's got the most gorgeous salon in Cornwall. She has a colour bar that sits across a massive, great big window, and it overlooks the sea. It's just absolutely stunning. So for those of you that are here watching this live, good evening. For those of you that are either watching this on the Online Learning Centre later on, catching up, or if you're watching this on YouTube, because our YouTube channel is just getting the final touches done before we go live with it. Hi Genevieve. I've got a message to send to you later. Don't think I've forgotten you. I promise you I haven't. I just haven't had 5 minutes yet today, as you can see. Yeah, and the river is looking good. Oh, you're so lucky, Mandy, honestly. So for those of you that are here live, we're going to be covering average bill tonight. And for those of you that are watching this, like I said, on the replay or on YouTube, then still put your comments in, still ask me the questions, because I will still be monitoring these channels daily, so I can always jump back and answer you. So let me know as we go through. I'm going to be sharing my screen today, presenting into the team training room with a nice little presentation. And it's all about my journey, really. We spoke with Ken, so we're on a 4 training session. The last training session, this one, and the next 2 is all about raising your average bill and the average prices in salons. And I'm not going to tell you who, but I may have someone very, 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 very exciting coming to letting me interview them about their average bill, and you are gonna want to watch it. I guarantee you that. So I should let you know more about that. We're trying to tie up time zones, so it may be at a different time to normal, but I shall let you all know when it is. So let's dive into training, because that's what we're all here for. Grab yourself a glass of wine, turn off your phone, and give me your full attention for the next 20 minutes, because I guarantee you will not regret it. I am going to be breaking down exactly how I took my average bill from £16.28, that very, very first day I met Ken in 365, all the way up to now, and I will not tell you what it is until the end, but the average bill that I now have today, I have just got the details off the system to bring you live exactly what I've done. And I'm going to be breaking it down with you every single step along the way, when it happened, how it happened, and what I did. So let's get into it. I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. So you're going to go into a little vortex for about 2 seconds, and then we will be up and running. Here we go. Okay, so let's just snip into presenter mode. And here we go. So ground zero. This is what I went back to my team with. So I sat in Salon Management Masterclass. I found out what an average bill was. I went home, did the maths, cried myself to sleep for about 3 nights straight. £16.28 wasn't the problem. The problem was that when I did my break even, £16.28 meant it cost me £2 every guest that was walking through my door. And I didn't even know that. That was the problem. £2. So every guest that came in, I may as well given them £2 for coming to see me. It was an absolute joke. But I didn't know it was happening in my business. So I'm not going to beat myself up about that. But I did take action, and ballsy action as well. I think sometimes in business, we have to do things that are really hard to do, but we have to have a pair of balls, and we have to be really truthful to ourselves and what we deserve as a business and as business owners. So I took to my team, obviously, the first people that I needed to correct this with, and I needed to correct their mindset, because they were all very used to charging very little money. We were known as, probably, if you had asked people out in the street, I didn't have the balls to do that, I might add, they would have probably said the bargain basement salon. because we literally, I mean, a cut and finish was £29 at that time, but everyone was getting like 50% off. It was just like I was doing deals left, right, and centre. So I needed to change the mindset of my team because they were in a discounted mindset. And even today, sometimes when I say to them, you know, you've got some space, some white space that we need to fill in your columns. What are you going to do about it? Their brain goes to, let's do a discount. The younger team members think discount, that's the first thing they go to. And you're probably finding that in your salons as well. But here's the thing, discounting your services is telling your guests and your team that you don't respect what you do. You don't think it's worth the value that you originally charged for it. And when we get into this discount mindset, it's our go-to. So every time there's white space, like I already know that in the second, because we do everything in 4 weeks in my business, in the second part of the November period, that's my downtime. That's when we're quiet. Already, I know that in my business because I can see on my till, okay? So if you're not careful, you will think, oh, in that 4 week period, I need to do some discounts to get bums on seats. And what we need to do is add value and get our average bill up, not down. So what is ground zero, I hear you saying? Well, when life gives you lemonade, lemons even, commit to making lemonade. And I really did commit to that. So the first thing was to change the mindset of the people I was working with. And I literally laid it on the line. I was open, I was honest. I shared with them exactly what was going in the till. Quite hard for a salon owner for the first time. My team can see what goes in and out of that till every single day. I'm an open book. I don't hide things. And I quite often put up what we're expecting to take, or in fact, every period, what we're expecting to take, what our goal is. And then every few days I go in and write what our prediction is. And hopefully that's going up. If it's going down, we've had some cancellations. What's the problem? I share it all. So I shared with my team for the very, very, very first time. We were in a bad place as a business, and they didn't know that. You know, we weren't taking much money. We charged £29, but we rarely charge £29. We're doing half price here, there, and everywhere. And this needed to stop. Now, of course, every single one of my team were horrified that I was about to take their crutch away from them, because that's their, you know, when they've got that discount, if someone says £29, that's a lot of money. Oh, well, we can give you a 50% off voucher. That was their crutch to make them come in and use them. And that's how they were thinking they were building a clientele. But what they were actually doing was building a clientele of discount hunters. And so when the salon up the road did it for £3 cheaper, they were in the salon up the road. And then the salon round the corner did it for £5 cheaper than them, and they were in the salon round the corner. And so that's not the type of person that we wanted in our business. And I've shared with you the story of Find My Sue. You know, I've got a great course on how to find your Sue. And if you haven't done it yet, get in touch, let me know. We will get you on that course. It's the best thing you will ever do for your business. But the team needed that crutch taken away. We needed to exactly show them where we are. So where were we at that point in time? Well, our average bill was £16.28. So that was in 2013. That was exactly when I joined 365. And my goal back then, and it makes me smile and laugh at myself, because where my business is now, and I just think, oh, bless me, wanting to get to £25. That was my first goal, my stepping stone. I wanted to get to £25. And so I went through a stage of, right, okay, how are we going to get there? And I broke it down with the team. So the first thing we were going to do was remove the stupid discounts. No longer are you able to give a discount to anybody. This 50% off gone. You can't use it anymore. I put a notice up at reservations saying to all of my clients, I'm very sorry, but we are having to make the decision to take away the discount and charge our worth, so that we are able to be in a position to serve you again next month, next year. If we don't, we won't be here. So not only did I share ground zero with the team and the facts and figures with them, I shared what was happening. I opened up my heart to my clients and allowed them to understand that by giving them all these discounts, my business was in a really bad place. And if they wanted to continue to visit us and have their hair done here, they were going to need to pay just a little bit more money. The second thing I did, horror to all of my entire team, was remove dry and wet cuts. Refused to do them anymore because they were bringing my average bill down. Just having 50% off of a cut and blow dry clearly wasn't good enough for these clients, these discount bargain hunters. They were only coming in for a dry and a wet cut anyway. So I decided to take them off my menu. No longer were we servicing the lower end of the market with discounts. No longer were we servicing the lower end of the market that just wanted a cheap haircut, because that's what a wet and a dry cut is, a cheap haircut. And so we explained to all of our clients, you know, for us to give you a really amazing haircut, we need to go in after we've dried it. We need to dry it and see how it falls. And then we need to go in and do the internal cutting. We can't do that with a wet and a dry cut. So we are foregoing wet and dry cuts from now on in. That was okay. They kind of really took to that, and they really liked the idea that they were going to be educated on how to dry their hair at home. And we didn't lose any clients from that. We lost a few from removing the discount, but they weren't our sue anyway. So I really wasn't bothered about that. And we did our first ever price increase in business. Ever. I know. You're probably screaming at me through your laptop screens or your phones right now, but I hadn't met 365. I didn't know how to run a business. And my price was the price it was because that's just what the salon up the road did. And I just kind of looked around and based it on what everybody else was doing. And I thought that's what we were supposed to do. So I'd never actually put my prices up. So I then decided to take OAP discounts to 1 day only. So remember, this is back in 2013. So we had them, I think, for 2 days. I think it was Tuesday and the Wednesday, and we moved that back just to the Tuesday. Kids cuts, we changed to 4 p.m. on weekdays only, and they were only allowed with the lowest team member. So if a kid wanted an appointment on a Saturday, absolutely happy to do that for you, but it's a full price adult cut and finish price. Okay, and like today we've had 2 children in full cut adult finish cut and finish price, because you know that's what we charge, and their cuts were £71 each. Okay, so just by taking that step and saying, right, we will still do children, but only after 4 o'clock on a weekday and only with our lowest team member, it really took all of those children out of the books. It was bringing my average bill down and freed up that space to be charging more money servicing bigger bills. And we removed all colour sales. So any like highlight sales, baby light sales, colour sales, we just removed them all and just said, that's it, we're not doing that anymore. So where did that take me? Well, 3 years later, oh no, sorry, that was for 3 years. So I then looked at this. Now, what do you think this stupid number is on my screen? Would anyone like to hazard a guess? 30,558.39. What do you think that is? That 3 years after 2013. So I've pulled all of that out, and I've got rid of my discounts. So I think I've reduced the OAP day down. I've all the other bits and pieces that I did, reduced the wet cuts, reduced the dry cuts, sorted the kids out. £30,558.39 was the amount of money 3 years later that I had given away in discounts. discounts. So just when you think you've done it all and you've covered it all, and then you look back and you see things have crept in. Okay, so this isn't something that you just do and then it's all okay. This is something that you really honestly have to look at time and time again and make sure that you haven't got stylists giving discounts when they feel like it because they like Mrs. Smith or Jones, their auntie, and they want to. You know, I don't mind stylists doing their mum's, dad's, auntie and uncle's hair for absolutely free. That's fine. But on your day off, you know, you don't bring them into the salon when you're working. And if you do, then it's full price. All right, so I think that's fair. So, but stylists giving personal discounts to clients as well for getting to charge for a toner or just whacking a discount on because they've always done that client's hair at that price. And so 3 years later, £30,558.39 of discounts was still going out of my business. So we then had another look at things, pulled it all tighter, you know, really made a real conscious effort to have a look at everything all over again. And we get to 2017, 2018. My average bill at this point was £44.56. And my goal was then to get it to £50. Now, at this point, my goal was to get to £50 as an average bill and £50 as my lowest cut and finish price. It was a double whammy goal. And I was really, really hell-bent on doing it. And I remember taking my team out of the salon because, again, I knew I needed to change their mindset heavily. And I took them out for a really nice coffee down on the seafront into this really, it's a lovely like morning coffee bar. And I think we were sitting there sipping hot chocolate or whatever. And I said to the team, we need to get to £50, guys. And they were like, what? I could just see their faces like, is she freaking mad? Has she lost the plot? Charging £50 as the lowest cut and finish price. Like, no way. And they really didn't believe that we were going to do it. But I went on an absolute mission to make that happen. And here's what I did. I focused on team promotions, moving them up levels. As I moved them up a level, I smacked the bottom level away. They got promoted again, I smacked the bottom level away. So they were actually just getting the promotions that they would due, and I was taking off the bottom tiered price and putting one on top every time. Kids cuts quadrupled in price. They went from £6 all the way up to like 24. We really made an effort to really look at how we charged in terms of price wise, and if they were having 15 minutes, what does 15 minutes equate to in a £50 haircut? Or how can we work that so that it literally equates to the same thing? So I don't mind putting a kid's cut in there because it fills that little 15-minute space, and it's exactly the 15-minute equivalent of an hour haircut. We charge for an hour, and that's when I first started to charge hourly prices. Now I run a menu with cut and finish, blow dry, so clients don't get quoted just an hourly price, they get quoted for what they have done. But I've always based it on a cut and finish is an hour. What does that look like for other non-technical services? If it's 15 minutes, it's a quarter of a cut and finish. And so if a team member has got somebody in with really long or really thick hair and it's going to take an hour and a half, that's absolutely fine. You can have that hour and a half, but it's a cut and a half. Okay, and the team know there's no thinking or worrying about how much do I charge this person. It's an hour, hour and 15, hour and a half, hour and 45, 2 hours. And then we have our technical menu as well, which is obviously more per hour because the costs are more in providing that service. So we get to £50 in 2018, moving on to 2019, and I decide I want to get to 55. So we're on this really big journey now. The team are like totally just okay with the fact that we're just moving up and up and up all the time. If clients drop off here, there and everywhere, and that's okay. They're not my Sue anymore. As my business changes and evolves, So does my Sue. And I'm quite happy for that to happen. But I need to stay true to the vision and the journey where we're going. You know, I make no bones about the fact that I want to be turning £1 million a year in my business. You know, that's what I want coming in. Profit margins, you know, that's what I want, that's my goal. And so I'm on this massive journey to get there, and that my business has to come on that journey with me. But not everybody needs to stay on the bus. Stylists are going to get off, clients are going to get off, but I need to stay true to my vision and where we're taking this business in order for us to be exactly where we want to be, or where I want it to be later on in my life and in my journey. So team promotions was the next thing. We again focused very, very, very heavily on the team and promoting them and getting them to where they need to be. And then we did 2 price increases a year. Okay, and I do that every year. I do it in April and I do it in November. So I put my prices up twice a year to enable my prices to go up for me to be able to get to my average bill goals. Okay, because they don't stay still. Nothing ever stays still. And I focused really focused. My main role in the salon was upgrading the experience. So I looked at the guest journey with a fine-tooth comb. You know, from the minute they walk past and see us, or they see us on the computer, on our website or on Instagram, how is that journey? How could it be seamless? How could it be better? How could I serve them more? When they phone up, how could that phone call be better? How could the greeting be better? How could the bill be better? How could everything be better? And we just upgraded the service time and time again to get it worth £50, worth £55, worth £60. So then 2019, 2020, we were £54.99, and I pulled all these stats up off my computer so that I could give you the exact figure for you. And my goal then at the beginning of 2019 was to get to £60, and 2 price increases, focusing on upgrading the experience, focusing on promotions. So I'm not adding more team in. I'm still utilizing the same team. I'm just getting more out of them every time. Does that make sense? Type a yes in the chat box if that makes sense to you, because I'm not employing new people here. I pretty much, if one's left, one's come in and replaced, but I've pretty much kept, I don't have a huge team. I keep it quite small and manageable and boutique-y. Part of the feel of this salon is the fact that it's a boutique salon, and there is space to grow on purpose. But until we are at maximum capacity with the stylists and who we've got here, I won't bring somebody else in. Okay, we just push it and push it and push it. But it is going to be like an elastic band, guys. And this isn't going to work for absolutely everybody. There will be a point when you pull that band so much that all of a sudden it snaps, or it just loses the elastic, and there'll be no more giving it. But like Ken said yesterday, it feels like yesterday, like Ken said on Monday in our interview together, you know, Andrew Barton, bless his little heart, I love him to pieces. Look how much he's charging. And then Nikki Clark charging £450 for new guests. You know, I don't have their stature, I don't have their presence, but you know, there are ways of leveling your prices up to meet that, absolutely. And you know, if they can do it, why can't you? Why can't you be charging £150? Why can't you be charging £450? You've just got to believe in yourself and make these things happen. So beginning of 2019, a goal of £60. We got to £60.76, which really made me happy. Oh, I've just shown you now. Oh, premature pressed. And then today we are at £89.34. In fact, it could possibly, I can actually tell you right now. Let's have a look. right now, this second, because these things change daily, and that's the other thing that I really want to explain to you guys. These things change all the time, every single day. So what I've done with those stats, the previous stats, is I've given you the stats over a year. Okay, so there'll be some months, like back here, when we got to £60.76, like I explained to Ken, right at the end of that year, we were at £67. And the beginning of this year, we were at £67. But because they go up and down in months, I've literally given you a whole year and just told you what it was at the end of the year. So the beginning of the year will always have been lower compared to what I wanted it to be, and the end will always have been higher. So I've averaged it out over the year. So that's how we're getting the stats here. Today's stat is live and changes every single time. So let's have a look. Let's go onto the Salon dashboard. I use Salon IQ. I don't know what you use. Oh, my rebookings has gone down. It was 86 and now it's 83. That's really annoyed me. And today, my average bill is £87.46. So it's dropped a couple of pounds. So you can see where it fluctuates a little bit, but that's okay. Like at the end of the year, I want that. If I can get it to 90, I will be really, really happy. Okay, if I can get it stable at 90 by the end of this year, I'm kind of looking at this as a bit of a jump in average bill at the moment, because obviously everyone's having colour because of lockdown. We've just, for those of you watching this on the online learning centre, we have just completed week number, well, it's Friday of week number 2 back out after lockdown. So of course my average bill is going to be high. Okay, so if I can keep it stable and get it to 90 by the end of this year, I will be one happy lady. And I am just going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until the elastic is starting to go, and then we just bring more people in. That's how my plan of growing my business. And like I said to you, you know, your business may not work that way. Your business may be completely different, and that's okay. But what I'm doing for you today is just sharing with you the exact steps that I took to get my business where it was. So, like I said to you earlier, just make sure that stylists aren't doing personal sales. Keep an eye on reservationists. Just, oh, well, I won't charge for that, and oh, we haven't seen you for ages, so we'll just stop and give you a 50% off or a 10% off, whatever. You know, make sure that we don't do that. Make sure that we 100% charge for what we're worth. So I'm going to stop sharing that. Oh, I've already stopped sharing that screen. Hi, Barbara. Okay, I'm just going to read back some of the comments from the live. So there's quite a few to go through here, actually. You've had your hair done. Yes! I have. Someone cancelled yesterday, which in the beginning, and I'm always, when life gives you lemons, have lemonade, make lemonade. Somebody cancelled and it was a big job. And at first I was like, oh, what do you mean you can't come in? Do you know how busy we are? That's ridiculous. And I couldn't get anyone that had had a skin test to fill it, because as you know, I'm making sure everyone has a skin test before they come back in. I'm just not letting anyone in without a skin test. So yes, I jumped in the chair. Loving it. Yearly income discount. Oh, I know my average bill now. That's amazing, Genevieve. I love that. How much you took in calls? You took cheap tickets out. I don't understand what you mean there. You might just need to rewrite that for me. I'm a bit slow, I'm a bit tired tonight. What system are you using to track them all? I'm using Salon IQ. So, and I could only go back to 2017 on Salon IQ. So I've only got the numbers that I shared with you with Ken previous to that, but I could give you a little bit more information after that, because I had it, or I could just go back. And it was so fun. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone back and looked 5-6 years back into your business and gone, wow, we've really come a long way? Like, it's phenomenal. It's a really, really great feeling. So, guys, I am going to leave you with that thought. I would love for you this weekend, if you don't already know what your average bill is, to go and work it out. And once you've worked it out, I would love for you to spend Sunday just literally 15, 20 minutes on Sunday evening or Sunday morning, whatever suits you best, and just write down exactly the next average bill plan. What do you want it to be? Oh, clicking off you now. Where do you want to go with it? What is your dream? Okay, and break it down into little steps. So as I showed you with Ground Zero, I just did little increments because then I know I could achieve them, and it wasn't going to be something that was going to like be way out of my reach, that was going to cause me like, oh my God, I'm never going to do it. So I just little stepping stones, and we smashed it every time. So go away, get shit done, go find your average bill, go make that plan as to where you want it to be, and then figure out, like everything I've shared with you, if you need to go back and watch this again, go back and watch this again. What could you do on your price list? Could you have a price increase? Could you get rid of dry and wet cuts? Could you get rid of kids cuts? You know, how can you make that average bill go up? I've loved spending some time with you. If any of you would like to hang out with me more, please join me over on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Jennifer Louise, and the L in Louise is a number 1. Leave your comments in the comments box below if you're watching this on the replay or on the online learning center, and I will get back to you and give you the answers as soon as I see them. Guys, I wish you the best ever. No, I wish you the second best ever Saturday, because last Saturday was our first Saturday back after COVID. So I wish you the second best ever Saturday of your hairdressing careers. I can't wait to hear all your stories. Guys in Scotland, I'm so happy for you because you've literally just opened up the other day. Seeing all the posts coming from you all, and the excitement was just phenomenal. And I will catch you all next Monday, where we will be unpacking a certain person's bills. Oh, I can't tell you. I'll let you know more when I know more. Take care. Have a great Friday. I will catch you all very soon.